searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair, but those eyes so bright. They look into my soul.
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
All right, are you looking for something absolutely delicious to drink? Because if so, then Simply Pop is for you. This is a new fruit-forward bevy of prebiotic sodas made with 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support gut health and vitamin C and zinc to support immune function. And Simply Pop contains the same real fruit flavors you know and love and no added sugar, which makes for a soda that even a juice would drink. Now, my personal favorite flavor is pineapple mango. Anything pineapple and mango, like, please give it to me. I also love strawberry, but there's just something about the pineapple mango that just does it for me. It's a juicy prebiotic soda. Say that with me. A juicy prebiotic soda. Doesn't that sound so delish? Well, it is, okay? I still can't get over the fact that it has no sugar added. It's like you can't beat that when you're getting this incredible flavor. When you add the 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support gut health, like, come on, okay? That's incredible. Paired with zinc and vitamin C to support immune health. I mean, you can't beat this. Sip on the juicy side of life. Find out where you can try Simply Pop at cokeurl.com/simplypop. That's cokeurl.com/SIMPLYPOP. Hello. Welcome back. We've got Kiki in the studio with me, and you guys are in for a treat because we have a peach. All the way from Atlanta, please welcome multi-hyphenate mama superstar, Shamea Morton. How we doing?
Hey, best friends. I'm excited. I get to hang out with you and Kiki. Do you love me?
Oh my God,
Hey, people
Shamea.
say that.
No, I don't
I'm not
actually.
the first to say it, right?
No, but I love it. I still love it.
I love that. Well, y'all are looking glam AF, and here I am just fresh off of school drop-off. So
Listen.
the pretty girls on this couch.
No, let me tell you, my children are back home in Atlanta. Otherwise, I would look just like you, Scheana. But that's, you flexing your flawless skin.
Well, thank you.
And you're only getting this beat because of last night. BET Awards.
I mean,
yes, I'm nasty. I woke up, rolled over, brushed my teeth, washed my ass, and came straight here with a dirty face.
I do the same thing. Literally.
I put on fresh lips. That's it.
Yes. No, I have done that many a times. Usually it's when I'm in New York and I have Priscilla D'Estasio glam. It stays.
It stays. So people always say, like, how's your makeup still on? I don't know what it is, but I think when you're like 9 months pregnant and they make you sleep on your back.
Oh, yeah.
I was so afraid of crushing my baby. I was like, okay, now I'm used to sleeping on my back.
I sleep on my back.
So now I'm sleeping, they was like, oh, yeah, your makeup still looks good. I'm like, great, because touch, and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Well, and also, I just learned recently, which I'm now telling younger friends and family, when you sleep on your side, it causes wrinkles.
Exactly.
Why did nobody tell us
I
this?
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did not know.
So I have deeper lines on my left side because I'm always sleeping on my left. For the last 8 months, I sleep with an elevated pillow or the bed like up on my back, like a vampire.
Yeah, no, I sleep like I'm in a coffin. Like, yeah.
Yep.
Well, baby, you don't have to tell us that. We already see your skin is flawless.
We still don't know if she's 32 or 52.
Yeah, you'll never know. I could have been there for the Civil Rights March or who knows?
Exactly.
So you're in LA. You had the BET Awards last night. How was that?
It was really nice. I worked the media house for the weekend. So I did Saturday and Sunday. And we had some really amazing artists to pull up on us. We had Sierra, what's it? Gold All in My Watch. Trinidad James has got a new project coming out. We had some international artists, Abigail Chams, who's East African. We had some great people to pull up on us. But it was nice. It was my first time doing that. I did it with the Ricky Smiley Morning Show with Gary with the T.
Fun.
A lot of great podcasters. I was looking for you with the Scheananigans. The Scheananigans.
I know, right? Maybe next year.
Yeah, but it was nice. It was my first time actually attending the BET Awards. It was a chaotic turn up.
Nice.
It was fun.
Like organized chaos?
Organized chaos because we sat 45 minutes just trying to get to the actual red carpet.
Oh, yeah,
in our
the drop-offs.
Yeah, the drop-offs.
Yeah.
And I kept telling myself, like, do you get out and walk it? No, that's a little thirsty. do you jump into one of these golf carts?
Yes.
I don't know. So I just waited and waited and waited. And my agent was like, yo, I'm here waiting for you at the red carpet. Ultimately, it was a great experience. I'm happy, but I know next year I'll be one of the first to hit the carpet.
Yeah.
I won't wait until the time they give you. I'll wait. Like I'll do the early bird stuff so I can really.
Well, now you should be nominated.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, because have you heard my song?
Of course.
You did. Give me a hug. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I? I think I
Thank
played
you.
it
You
on.
posted it. It was the
Well,
song
I mean,
on one of
just
your,
because I posted doesn't mean you downloaded and streamed
well,
it.
I did.
Thank you. Because you're my
Yes.
real friend.
Yes.
Thank
No,
you.
seriously, we don't have a lot of guests on Scheananigans anymore. But the second I heard you were in town, and since we met in person, I'm just obsessed. I'm
Love
now
at
watching
first
the show
sight.
because of you. And
Andy asked me at our reunion, a little tease. I mean, Tony, I'm going to give it anyway. A little tease. Andy said, so who do you feel like you're the closest to in the Bravo universe outside of your castmates? Like, I was like, it's so weird, but I have this really deep appreciation and connection to Scheana. He was
Oh,
like,
I
what?
love
I
you.
love that. I can see that. You two are just, I was like, I know. So absolutely.
You heard it
One
here
degree of
first.
Scheana.
Scheana made it to the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion.
Yes. I'll be in Atlanta for book tour
Exclusive.
too.
You will? When?
Yeah. End of July, early August. I need to look at the dates.
We're going to
but-
hang out.
and I need you to hook me up with your glam girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that.
I'm so
I got
excited.
you. Yeah.
I love
We're
Atlanta.
going to get massages and everything.
Yes.
I love it.
Love it. All right. So there were some topics from your own personal journey that you've been open about on the show, and I've been wanting to talk to someone about. I know we did a little bit of this at Bravo, effing Bravo, you and I. We'll get into that a little later, but I do want to play a fun game.
Okay.
I know we've seen you on the show for over a decade now. Was it season 5 you first appeared on?
I believe so. I don't remember because at that point I was just
Now
kind of
we're on
hanging out
16?
and supporting a friend. You know,
Yes.
I've always just kind of played background, off in the shadows, and was totally okay with it.
Yeah, but now you've got your peach. We love to see it. Why do you think now was the right time to fully immerse yourself into that?
I'm not really sure it was my decision. Honestly, it's always like in God's time.
Yeah.
So I always just pray that God's will be done in my life. And I feel like I was able to, you know, be grounded in my marriage
Yeah.
and have 2 beautiful daughters. And now, I mean, honestly, shout out to Candy Burris Tucker. She just kept pushing the network, kept calling like, hey, we really, you guys are missing something with Shamea. She has it. And here I am, because ultimately it was down to my husband not really wanting to be on camera. You can't be on Housewives without
Right.
him showing his face and his support. So he was always like, yeah, you go do it. Kids can do it. Y'all film at the house, whatever. But I just don't want to be on camera. And it was like, yeah, no. But Candy kept pushing and pushing. And they were like, okay, let's just see what happens. And then it happened. So,
Yes.
you know, God's
We love to
timing is
see
not
it.
always our timing, but it always works out when it's in his plan.
Were
And-
you sad that, Candy decided to leave and then you were going to be
Absolutely.
on without
Right?
her?
What? We would have cut up.
Yeah.
For sure. That's my girl. So I mean, even to this day, she was at the BT Awards as well. I was like, can you just come back? Like,
Yeah.
one season with the both of us being full-time peach holders,
Yeah.
it would really be a
It
thing.
could happen.
Yeah.
It would be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not
Let's
giving up on
manifest it.
that.
For
I'm
sure.
holding out. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to do a superlative game.
Ooh, okay.
So you tell us who best fits among any of your castmates, past, present, friends
Okay.
of, anyone.
All right.
So we're going to bounce back and forth. All right, who is the most punctual?
Me.
Oh.
Except for today.
Well, y'all shouldn't have made it that damn difficult to find a park. She's like, the red building. I'm like, ma'am, there's 2 red buildings.
I said East in all capitals.
The man said, I told him the 10th floor or something. He was like, okay, well, there's a 10 on this side and this side. I'm like,
You're like,
parking. You can park over here, but that's not the red building. You got to come down here. Yes,
And no, it's very confusing here.
Okay, thank you
we'll
for admitting that.
we'll trust that you're normally
It is.
punctual. Who has the most enviable wardrobe?
Oh, I would say Kelly.
Okay.
For sure. She's small, but she's mighty when it comes down to the fashions. There are some times I've done some don'ts, and she's like, no, ma'am, you're not going to wear that with that. We're going to change up and do this. Yeah, she's amazing. I almost feel like if my stylist isn't available, I'm like, hey, girl, I'm gonna send you a picture of this. So she's that girl.
Did you
Yeah,
get
sure.
to borrow her clothes?
I don't borrow people's clothes.
But when your wardrobe didn't, when your luggage didn't show up in Grenada.
No. I would just go bare naked.
Oh.
Before I borrow people's clothes. No, I'm no shade, but I just I fortunately enough, when it came down to closing my luggage, I could fit everything in it. So I put like 2 or 3 outfits in my carry-on.
In your carry-on. Okay, so you had enough
which is so bizarre. And I'm gonna go ahead and blame it on the Bible my mom gave me because I put that in the carry-on. I was like, okay, and I was like, I can't close this. I was sitting on the luggage. It's like, crap. Let me just put a couple of these. I literally just threw some stuff in my carry-on, and it ended up being the only thing I had the whole weekend. So if you had walked up on me, my breath was a little funky. Okay, it was like you know the finger brush.
Yes,
I had to finger brush it because I didn't have anything, and I had to like old school wash my panties out in the sink, hang them up. It was I struggled in Grenada,
oh my
and I was so disappointed because that's the trip Kelly and I planned together.
Yeah.
So it's like I have all these babby clothes in my luggage.
Yeah,
and I'm supposed to wear that I paid a stylist to put together.
Yeah.
Paid for the clothes, and I can't even wear them. So.
Yeah, I felt so bad for you.
I know.
No.
I was disappointed.
Did you get the bag back?
Yeah, but some things were stolen. Shout out to American Airlines.
Oh
y'all owe me, but I never have time to sit down and do the whole report.
Oh, it's so annoying.
It's so annoying. Then you got to send all the stuff, the receipts. My lock on my bag was broken, and I got it the night before we flew out.
Wow.
I was like, y'all should have just kept it. Now I just got to lug it back to the airport. Oh. Disappointing for sure.
Yeah.
Totally. But let the lesson be, always pack an extra outfit in your carry-on. I always do that.
And undies.
Because you never know. Especially, yes. But like when I go for Watch What Happens Live, whatever I'm wearing
you
on
put
that,
in your carry-on.
in my carry-on, everything else in the checked bag.
Yes.
All right. Other than your own, who is your favorite spouse or significant other?
On the show? Oh my goodness, Charles Oakley.
Okay.
Even though he say he don't know me like that. Charles is hilarious. He's just like your uncle, your cousin, your brother. That's like just says what he feels. Just doesn't hold back. Doesn't care if you like it or whatever. It's what it is. Like with him. How you doing? Yeah, it's all good. Like he's just that guy. I love his energy. He's fun. And he's just, he's hilarious.
And he'll tell you when your wig glue is dripping and your wig is shifting. I love that.
And you know, honestly, he means it I think he comes from a good place with him. So when people are giving him crap on the internet, like, oh, he's not nice. He doesn't like, you know, he's a black man, right? He's a legend and he's been in this space and in spotlight pretty much his whole life, right? So him being on Housewives of Atlanta, he's like, yeah, this is y'all's thing, which I respect.
Yeah.
We don't know what happens in their home. I just know that when he pulls up to our scenes or when he's around, it's like, what up, cuz?
I love it.
He just has that good energy that you get from a black man that is that guy, strong, powerful, resilient. He's faced adversity and handled it in his own way. And you got to have love for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Who is the most improved from the beginning of season 16 to the end?
Most improved?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and say Angela, only because you mentioned how the wig was sliding back. Now the wig is on.
I love it.
It's when she pulled up to reunion, you saw the photos.
Yeah.
Sis was snatched.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, not you got some new edges. I was like, did you on that turkey? Sis, put me on. Because the edges was like, blew all the way down. And she just really looked beautiful. And honestly, it was, you know, she's a hard read. And in the beginning, it was like, who is this girl? Like, hey, girl, how you doing? Where you from? Chicago. What you like to eat? Food. You got kids? Mm-hmm. It's like, damn, give me something. I'm trying, sis. Like, but now she's like reading us all. And it's like, oh, damn, shut up. So I would say Angela for sure.
Okay. Who would you say changes the most when cameras are on?
You're going to have me be shady because that means that I'm not,
Could be for the better. Like they're more open.
I would say Brit Edie.
We'll get into more of her in a little bit.
Oh, we don't have to. Are we okay if we don't? It's okay.
Okay, we could skip that card.
Who gives the best advice?
Oh, Cynthia Bailey for sure.
Yes.
Cynthia's an OG.
I love her.
She's a vet in the game. She's been there, done that. And she's unbiased. I love the fact that you can go to her and she's not going to just completely side with you. She's going to tell you the real deal,
Yeah.
Cynthia.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love her. She was here recently and she's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah. Who would you say is the best hostess?
Me.
Yeah. Love that.
This is what I do.
Mhm.
I've been doing it for a decade. I studied
Mhm.
journalism at one of the best HBCU schools,
Oh, no way.
Morris Brown College.
Amazing.
I've done overnight radio, morning drive radio with some of the greats, Big Tigger, Ryan Cameron, Wanda Smith. I've done, I've hosted the NBA All-Star games for 4 consecutive years. There's not a lot of no black woman that has done that. And I don't want to clock it. Give me my flowers right now. I've been in this game for, again, over a decade. I've been the in-arena host for the Atlanta Hawks for over a decade. And that is very rare in the NBA.
That's amazing.
And for women. So
yeah. Congrats.
Thank you.
Who's the
I'll
peacemaker?
host a bat mitzvah, a funeral, anything.
You'll do it all.
Listen,
Yes.
Scheana, whatever you got coming up, I got you, girl.
Got my book tour party. Perfect.
Who's the peacemaker of the group?
Initially, I was going to say me, because did you go to the peace brunch with us?
Yeah.
It was difficult. I had to play
And you have that special room upstairs that you take everyone, and everyone was all comfy and coming together. I felt like you were trying to bring peace.
I was trying.
Yeah.
It gets a little difficult.
Yeah.
Especially after the whole Kenya Brit drama.
Mhm.
You had Drew and Angela, Team Kenya. Then you had Kelly and Brit on this other side. And then there was me. So I was like, well, where's Porsha and Cynthia when you need them? Because then I was like,
Right.
oh, don't kill each other. But at the end of the day, we ended up dancing it out. Nothing like a good electric slide
Yeah.
at the end of a good time.
Yes. I love that. Who is the best compliment giver?
Is it bad that I want to say me?
No, you can say you
Yeah.
for all of them.
I don't mind just giving people their flowers and just
yeah.
you got that shit on. You a baddie. You look great. Because it takes nothing from me. And I feel like we can all be amazing and share that same space. So when I see my castmates or any of my friends and they pull up and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at the shoes. Yes, Titty's sitting pretty. I mean, I'm going to give it to you because that's what I would want. You
Yeah.
The
do to
most
me.
confident women give the best compliments. They
Yes.
really do.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Who is the best at reading, throwing the best shade?
I think we all have our moments. But I will say this season, when Angela told Brit that she had stretch marks on her mouth, I found myself giving my husband a blowjob saying, don't go too deep because I don't want you to stretch my mouth. Who says that? You have miles on your mouth and you got stretch marks on your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I felt her mouth trembled after she said that. I was embarrassed for her. I was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
I even looked, I put up my compact. I was like, do I have stretch marks on my mouth? Because
Is that what these are?
Yeah, I know, right?
what's happening here? No.
Oh. Who has the best glam squad? Again, you can say yourself.
Well,
Looking real
people
good.
say I'm worst dressed often, so I don't know. I mean, if you take away wardrobe, but however, my team now is the real deal. I'm gonna say me. Shout out to Chanel Welch. She's my stylist. She's amazing, and Jock, he's good. Makeup, Latasha Wright and Donovan, and hair, I would say D'Angelo, because no one rocked the shortcut like me. Y'all can call it. Oh, they said I had a 29 piece, but it was all natural, boo. Get into it. Just because you got short hair don't mean you don't have hair.
Yeah.
The edges are full. The hair still is there in my big age. I got it.
Yeah.
They say my daddy, mama was Indian.
My goal
I don't
is
know if
to
he was for
have
real.
a face that finally supports a short, because I feel like to have a
Yeah.
short haircut, you have to
You
have
have
the
to-
face.
Oh, no, she could pull
Yes.
off any
So,
look.
I mean, obviously we can all do the bust down, middle part, long hair to our butt,
Mhm.
side part, long hair, wigs, all that's cool. But let me see your edges. Let me see your
Yep.
hair. Let me see what that real hair is giving, sis. So I'm gonna go shout out my glam for sure.
Yes. Love it.
Who is really the biggest lapdog of the season?
Well, they would say me, but I'm a loyal person. I mean, Leon Thomas, he sang, baby, I'm a dog, I'm no mutt. Yes, I'm a dog. I'm no mutt. Yes, I'll take it. Listen, I'm a loyal companion. I'm a ride with you till the wheels fall off. And a lot of y'all can take a page out of my book because that's hard to find. I mean, it is what it is. Like, if loyalty means lapdog to you, then I'll bark yet again.
I love it. Who would you say is the best singer?
Y'all are so shady. I'm gonna tell you this. My mic is always on. I don't have to sing with the track.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and we've seen, if you go to our pages and stuff, how we move. No shade to Drew. Drew has an amazing album. I've only released one song. My second song, T-shirt, is coming out this month. The actual video for Never Had is coming out this month as well.
Ooh.
But I'm open to have a sing-off with any of my castmates.
Bravo,
Okay.
Con.
challenge you.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do
Andy
it.
Cohen. Let's
Hey,
make it happen.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Pull up on me. Massage your vocals. Drink your tea right now. I don't want any excuses because this is going down.
Yes. I love it. All right. We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to get into some more stuff. We'll be
All
right
right.
back. All right, y'all. Can I just tell you, I got to say, there is just something about a beautiful outdoor space that is so satisfying. And also, it's just like kind of like this escape, you know, when you can make this place your own. We're like, okay, what is going to complete our backyard? Sure, we have a sauna and a cold plunge, but what we needed was the outdoor furniture. And Wayfair has been my go-to place for all things outdoor and honestly indoor. I have something in every room of my house from Wayfair, and that's because they have something for every style, every home, and it can fit every budget. The great thing about them as well, they will set it up for you. I mean, they do like the full white glove service. Wayfair is a one-stop shop for everything you need home. Like I said, there is something for every style and every home, no matter what space or budget. I mean, I've been shopping on Wayfair since I was in a very small apartment. Wayfair makes it easy to just tackle your summer home goals. They have endless inspiration for every space and budget. It's free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff. No more huge delivery fees for patio furniture, any of that stuff, you know. You can find all of your outdoor must-haves. So don't wait. Make your outdoor space your dream oasis today with Wayfair and enjoy it all summer long. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop a huge outdoor selection. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. And Hulu is the place to go for your favorite reality TV, okay? Because Hulu gets real. You love reality TV, right? You know every star, every scandal, every tear, and every triumph. Well, you know who else knows reality? Hulu. That's who. With shows like The Kardashians, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Got to Get Out, Vanderpump Villa, and more, Hulu has reality TV covered. So if you guys are into glamour and romance, things are heating up on Hulu. You can catch new seasons of Project Runway and Bachelor in Paradise this summer. And coming soon, catch the all-new reality series Love Thy Nader, starring the Nader sisters. Plus, don't miss an all-new season of Love Island UK, streaming only on Hulu. There's so much great reality TV on Hulu, it's almost too real. Next time you need your reality TV, go to Hulu. Hulu gets real. All right. So before we dive too much deeper into show and work stuff, you've made clear that your number one job is as a mom to your two beautiful girls, and you're an amazing one.
Thank you.
This season, I know you opened up about your fertility struggles. You gave birth to your daughter, Shia, in 2018.
Yes.
But after many years of trying to have another child, 7 rounds of IVF, miscarriages, dangerous and traumatic ectopic pregnancy. I mean, I can't even imagine. It makes it feel like what I thought was so traumatic. And then I see someone like you and just opening up about that, it helps so many people feel less alone. So I just want to give you your flowers for that, because
Thank you.
it's not an easy thing to do. And to then decide to use a surrogate to expand your family. I know we talked briefly about this, but this is something that I wanted to talk to you about, because I had a dangerous birth with my daughter, and
Wow.
now our options are either surrogacy or adoption.
Mm.
So my main concern with surrogacy is that I'm not going to have the same connection with that child. And I know you told me like
That is
it's
not
not.
true at all. And I mean, and I'm sorry that you that's your experience. You
Yeah.
know, it's really hard and it's difficult. My DMs are flooded with people that are having difficulty with IVF and infertility. It's something that we like. It's kind of a dark space, right? For
Yeah.
women, we don't want to talk about it because we feel inferior, we feel less than, we feel like less of a woman in a sense. Like, damn, I can't procreate, I can't carry, I can't. But it's okay. You know, I think we spend our whole lives being told, oh, get married, then get pregnant. Don't do this, don't do that. But we don't realize that we're born with the number of eggs that we'll have.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's just what it
Mhm.
is. Men, they can procreate, they can be 100 years old
Yep.
and still have a baby, right? But women, it's very different. So, one, I appreciate any woman that's vulnerable like you that would be open to talking about your journey into motherhood. But it's not about the journey. It's not about how you become a mom. It's you being a mom, right?
Yeah.
So, whatever that looks like for you, I applaud you and it's okay. No one ever walks up to someone in a store and says, oh, hey, Scheana, your daughter's beautiful. Did you birth her out of your vagina?
Right.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
like, you have a beautiful family. No one ever says like
Yeah.
they don't care about how it happened, right? Unless they're like your close friends. So however you can make that happen, then you do it, you know, like
Yeah.
and you do it proudly. Like because my youngest daughter, Shiloh, she's mine. No one can tell me different. And I
Yeah.
love her the same as I love Shia. And of course, you don't get to bond as much until she comes home with you, but it is such a instant connection.
Mhm.
It's just something about
That's good.
mothering and nurturing. We're
Yeah.
born with it.
Okay. See, I love to hear that because I watched Khloe Kardashian's journey the same. You know, you have a natural child, then you use a surrogate, and she was really struggling to bond with her kid in the beginning.
In the beginning, it's difficult, but that's what
Yeah.
maternity leave is for.
Yeah.
You take that time out just to sit and be with your baby,
Yeah.
and it'll happen.
Yeah. I'm not there yet, but I know when we do, I'm going to also have to explain why I'm not the one carrying the baby to my daughter.
Mhm.
How did you do that with
There are a
Shia?
lot of books out there.
Okay, that's good.
Like Shia is now telling people at her school that she's having a brother, and I'm like, that is not true. I'm like, who told you that? I mean, hello. Like, we've not had that conversation, but I've asked her if she wants a brother, and she's taken that to mean she's having a brother. So I'm like, yes, Shia, maybe one day we might adopt one. We may, we'll just wait and see. And she's like, yeah, okay, but still I'm gonna have one. I'm like, okay, girl, whatever. But honestly, it's such an easy, especially if you do it early on.
Yeah.
Let them be a part of the process. For us, when my surrogate Shadina was pregnant with Shiloh, we let Shia meet her. It's so
Okay.
funny, Shadina,
Yeah.
Shia, Shiloh.
Yeah.
Let her meet her. We let her touch her belly, talk to Shiloh through the belly, and say, well, mom's body wasn't strong enough to carry the baby.
Okay.
So we gave the baby to Miss Shadina so that she can carry the baby, and they understand it. It's so weird, but they understand it. And I'll let her talk on the phone. I'm like, hey, so do you want to ask Miss Shadina how your baby's doing? Okay, we have this amount of time before we can bring her home with us.
Yeah.
And they understand it. And then
Okay.
there are also children's books on it,
Yeah. That's good to know.
And you use the same surrogate that Candy used for Blaze?
Yes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is a lady that's already been vetted. She's healthy. She's all the things, professional. So I was like, why not? This was her, third
Yeah.
round, process. So I was like, oh, for sure. I would definitely want to use it. But, unfortunately, she did develop breast cancer and she had a rough time. So I was her last person or last surrogacy journey, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Shadina was exactly what we needed.
Yeah. How is she doing now?
She's doing so much better.
Good.
For sure. She rang the bell and she's just living her best life and still helping other moms become moms.
Yeah.
She has an agency called Surrogacy Miracles that she does with Dr. Jackie from Merit's
Oh,
Medicine.
yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
I love that it's actually become so, because remember in the first season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it was like this huge thing when Brandy supposedly
Oh my
outed
God, yes.
Adrian for using a surrogate. And like now we so openly
Yes.
talk about this on Bravo, and I'm really glad
Yeah.
for that.
And I mean, make no mistake, I still get a lot of trash in my messages, DMs, but I don't care. I mean, People
Really?
say, "Oh, you're so vain.
What?
You just don't want to have a baby. You want
Oh,
to mess up your
hell
body."
no.
And even with my daughter's her medical challenges, people say, "Well, that's what you get when you try to uh create a baby in the lab," or they
Ooh.
get really nasty work, but it's all good. These people. I mean, they're cyberbullying, and I've never had anybody come
Yeah.
up to me in person and say it.
No, they never do in
No,
person.
never in person. They
Nope.
never would.
No.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I'm okay with it.
Now, we saw in this last episode, sort of like in the end of the episode, you having to face dealing with a child and having to work as well. You're in Grenada and you get a call from your husband, Gerald,
Yeah.
and he's so pissed because the woman who's taking care of Shiloh, it doesn't seem like she's caring after her needs. She
Right.
doesn't cover her. She's very
Right.
sick. And is that like the first time while filming, like, did you feel this guilt of like, I can't be there? And like, how did you sort of like navigate that?
Mom guilt is very real, and I've
Yeah.
had to deal with it since Shiloh was born. Even with my oldest, like I wouldn't even leave her. She was almost 2 years old, still trying to not breastfeed. I had to take a 10-day vacation to stop her from breastfeeding. We were that, locked in. But with Shiloh, she spent like her first 6 months in the NICU. And I got a lot of negative feedback from just going to work my job with the NBA with the Hawks. I would do silent reporting and be like, "But your baby's at Northside or your baby's at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta fighting for her life. Why are you here?" And what I tell people is, in order for you to be the best that you can be for your child, you have to continue to pour into yourself. If you have nothing to
Yes,
give and
that.
your energy is depleted, then how are you going to give to them? And that
Mhm.
matters when you're bedside in the NICU. Furthermore, you can't stay there 24/7. They come and get you and tell you
When
you're falling asleep at the bedside. You got to go. Because when you're in the NICU, there are no beds by your daughter's bed. You have to sit in this chair. And when you get sleep, you have to leave. When you get hungry, you have to leave. No food, no drinks, none of that in the NICU because it's a very critical phase. So when I would leave, I would have to refuel in a sense so that I could
Yeah.
like pour into my child. And I believe to this day that is what kind of saved her life.
Mhm.
Because when I found myself sitting at the bedside 24/7, crying and sad, her vitals were low and she didn't do well. But when I would leave and just regain my own strength, she would do well.
Yeah.
So I honestly, it's a journey. And mom guilt is always there when I'm traveling for work or when I'm chasing my dreams. I have negative feedback like, "Well, if she's sick, you should fly home or you should be there." But I have a great support system.
Mhm.
My parents, my sisters, my husband, they're very present. I have on staff nurses 24/7. So I have to do this for me.
Yeah.
And it's okay for you to take the time for yourself.
Absolutely. I tell moms that all of the time. I'm like, you literally have to fill your cup because
Yeah.
if you're not doing that, you can't be the best version of yourself. And especially if you have a baby in the NICU, they are getting the absolute best care possible.
Absolutely.
So it's easier to also live your life and do, if you have to work or do
Yes.
whatever, because that baby is being taken care of.
of. Absolutely. It took me a while to get to really understand that and accept that. But here I am now, and every day it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the best part of that scene was like the women immediately
Yeah,
surround
all
you,
coming
come
around
together,
you.
they're
And-
praying
And
for
you
you.
know what's so crazy about that? I hate to be that person. I hate to be the Debbie Downer, the center of attention when it comes down to things that are negative. I always like to be a beacon of light for people. So when everybody was around me, loving on me, I was like almost embarrassed and ashamed, like, ugh, like it's okay. I'm gonna be okay. But I think in this season of my life, I'm open to accepting that love
Yeah.
and, people pouring into me because I always try to pour into other people.
Yeah.
Now, I know you don't want to talk about her, but the only person in that scene, I'm sorry, I did not believe was Brit because she came at you. You had.
Oh, Shamea, I love you. Oh, let's take a shot. I mean, that.
I
The
mean-
actress, give her, can we just round of applause for the energy that it took to just get on your knees? I was like, what's happening? What are
Okay.
you about to do? Because you're on your knees, sis.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not that moment. We
Yeah.
already know what your background is like and what you do. So not now. Hold on a second. No, she was very performative. But hey, I got to give grace. She was showing love in the moment. Who am I to judge? I accepted it because a couple of moments before, she was going off on me at dinner.
Yeah.
So it was like
Yeah.
a switch. And thank you. I guess. But then she turned it right off. That's how we know it wasn't genuine.
Yeah.
Did you know that she was not going to show up to the reunion, or wasn't until that day?
No, none of us knew. I mean, we arrived and we found out real time. It was like, where's Brit?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, she won't make it today. And that's all we knew. I mean, and we moved forward. And it was unfortunate because there were a lot of conversations that I would have liked to have had with Brit.
Yeah.
I wanted some closure. I wanted a little bit more understanding. And honestly, I wanted her to be accountable for some of the things that she'd said and done.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, we will never get that.
Yeah.
But I wish her well.
Yeah, because I mean, the next day it's dropped that she's dropping this $20 million
Like, girl, what?
lawsuit.
Yeah.
So we see, obviously, you and Porsha having a fallout. I'm curious, because, her and Brit were posting photos when the season was premiering, and we were kind of confused. And we thought it was because of the Kenya thing, because her and Kenya had gotten
Mhm.
close. Now watching the season, is her aligning with Brit part of the reason why you and Porsha sort of had a friendship sort of fracture?
It was unfortunate and very hurtful to see the two of them just lock in so strongly, knowing what I know today. How, Brit didn't really see it for Porsha. She had a whole list of things that she wanted to out about Porsha. And the fact that she came from a child, I told Porsha about it, but yet they still formed a friendship. Hey, I can't judge it. It is what it is. They decided to align and become, tight or whatever it is. So, God bless. But at the end of the day, I love Porsha. I wish her the best. And I just never wanted it to affect our friendship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's enough of each of us to go around. If she wants to have mutual more friends, great. Go for it. Brit's just not my type of friend, not my type of girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, obviously, I don't know if I'm breaking any news to you. There was news today that Simon, Portia's ex, got deported a few days ago. I don't know if you've heard this news.
No. I've
Okay,
been in BT
yeah,
world.
Okay, Us Weekly just dropped the news that a couple
What?
weeks ago, ICE released him and he got deported. So I didn't know if you had heard, and I didn't know because again, I know that
No.
you and your husband were close with Simon.
Not close, but we were friends.
You were
Like,
friends.
he was, that was my best friend's husband.
Yeah.
At certain point, so we would travel together. And we thought Simon was a great guy. He did a lot to make his way to the United States.
Yeah.
And provide for his family and build this empire.
Yeah.
In a sense. So it is unfortunate to see him be deported, and I just wow, I can only pray for him, pray for his family and that whole situation, because I can only imagine. I mean, look at what we're dealing with even now with people being brought out of elementary schools at their children's
Mhm.
programs and being deported. My heart goes out. I mean,
Yeah.
any human being, no matter how they got here, what happened, illegal, whatnot, they've found a way. The ones that are doing well have found a way to just have a place here,
Yeah.
and are they're trying to do well,
Mhm.
and whatever that means for them, I can't judge that. I just feel like I would hate to be separated from my family.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would hate to be
Can't imagine.
moved out of my home, and
And I'm sure
to-
Portia's still going to be, I mean, even if she didn't want to be with him, I'm sure this is going to upset her
I'm
and
sure.
Pilar. I mean, obviously.
There was love
Yeah.
at some point in their relationship. And I mean, you heard her speak about it even on the show. Like, there's a void that needs to be filled. And I don't know that they'll ever get that closure because he is being deported.
Mhm.
And I just hate it. His kids are here in the States. A lot of his life, he's been here since he was, 20 or very young.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just have to pray for them. That's all that's sad.
Yeah.
That makes me
Mhm.
sad.
I mean, you've known Porsha since y'all were teenagers,
Mhm.
right? And your moms were friends as well?
Yes.
Wow. I saw that Porsha had made a post and deleted it, alluding to issues that your mothers had with each other. Was that rift something that contributed to y'all growing apart, or were you surprised that she dropped that info in a public forum when you weren't even filming when she posted that?
Yeah, it was like a couple days after my birthday. A couple days after my birthday.
Mm.
And yeah, it was hurtful to see, but we've since moved past it.
That's good.
And I don't want to speak on it because again, we have decades of friendship. And the love is there. The love has always been there. I've always um, wanted to support Porsha, her family. I'll never speak ill on Auntie Diane. And that's just that. You know, I
Yeah.
respect my elders and I respect Porsha. And she felt the need to do that. I mean, we've since moved past it. So I don't want to go back to it.
No, it is good when you can move past it,
Yeah.
especially when you have such a long history. But it does get kind of convoluted at times when you throw a reality TV show into your friendship. And especially when, you know, she's been holding the peach for however many years and then
Absolutely.
you come in. Maybe she feels a little threatened by that. Obviously, people love you. And I think that could be a little intimidating to someone who's always been, you know, up here holding a peach.
Yeah.
And
Well, that would be unfortunate. I mean, there's room for everybody to rise and thrive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can win. There's
Everyone
a
can
space
win.
for that. And Portia's always been that girl. She's a beautiful girl. So I don't think that my light would dim hers, you
Yeah.
know? But it is what it is, you know?
yeah, for sure. Okay, we're gonna take one more break and then we'll be right back. All right, you guys have heard me talk about this on here before. I'm obsessed with red light therapy right now. I think, you know, now that I've entered my 40s, I just need to take extra good care of my skin. And I got this red light therapy mask from Bon Charge. They are a holistic wellness brand and they have a huge range of evidence-based products to optimize your life in every single way. Brock and I go back and forth between, I probably just should order a second one, to be honest, because it's like, is it your turn? Is it my turn? But Summer gets a kick out of us wearing this mask around the house. For me, for any wrinkles or fine lines, that is what I love it for. Sore jaws, eczema. I mean, these are all things that I struggle with, but also for wound healing, scar tissue, acne, relaxation, razor burns, and ingrown facial hairs. So you just do this for like 10 to 20 minutes each day. It's nice and easy to use. And I just want to point out that both near infrared and red light, it boosts collagen and elastin production, which, as you know, as we're getting older, we need that. But it's super lightweight on the face. It doesn't get hot. It's absolutely amazing. They've got a 1-year warranty on this and they ship worldwide in rapid time. Bon Charge also has other amazing products. They've got blue light glasses and other things. So go to boncharge.com/goodasgold and use coupon goodasgold to save 15%. That's BONCHARGE.com/goodasgold and use coupon goodasgold to save 15%. So whether I am cooking at home, Brock is cooking, we have a chef who's here cooking, whoever it is, we have to have hero bread in our diet. It's soft, it's fluffy, it is amazing, and it's something for the whole family. With hero bread, you can really focus on your health goals, but you can still indulge in your favorite bready meals, all guilt-free. So if you want, you know, like a breakfast sandwich or a bagel, a burrito, I mean, even meal prepped enchiladas. Oh my gosh, when our chef makes those for us with the hero bread tortillas, it is just chef's kiss, 5-star, so good. They also have really good baked goods and it's all ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and they're high in fiber. It's like you'd never know that it's low net carb and high fiber bread from the texture because I'm telling you, you just have to try it to know what I'm talking about. So soft, so fluffy. It's so delicious. And it's no compromises. It's just flavor. All of your favorite recipes are covered with Hero Bread's sliced bread loaves, tortillas, bagels. Ooh, and the dinner rolls. They have these really good Hawaiian rolls. I'm obsessed. Oh, also, what Summer loves is the Hero Croissant. She is obsessed with the Hero Croissant. Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code GOODASGOLD at checkout. That's GOODASGOLD at hero.co. All right, and we're back.
When you think about like Real Housewives of Atlanta in the future moving forward, like if you could put together like your dream cast, like who
Oh.
would you want to see on that?
Wow. Okay. I would have to say I would bring Candy back for sure.
Yes.
Like that's my girl. And she's really part of the reason why I'm here. Like why I am a full-time peach holder. So Candy, myself, Kelly. Kelly is a businesswoman and she's a girl's girl. We need girls in a girl
Yeah.
group. I would say Angela for sure, her shady self.
Mm-hmm.
I would bring Porsha for sure. Ooh, these next two are difficult. I would say, I don't know. This is very. I would do a poll for the last two.
Okay.
What about like
I
a
would do a
Nene or a
poll.
Kim Zolciak? Would you bring back one of them?
I would do a poll and say, I mean, Nene is Housewives legend. Like she is that girl. But I don't know that would ever happen. I don't know. I would love to see it.
No
Like
Kenya?
she said, she's dating the network. Kenya I would actually go to give Kenya that sixth place, and then the seventh, I would just have
Do
to
a
toss.
poll.
I would do a
Okay.
poll for it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because if it me, I would do eight. I would do 8 people.
Okay.
I would bring Nene, Kenya, maybe even Marlo as a friend, and Cynthia. I love all these ladies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why can't we have supersize? I mean, I feel like at one point,
Right?
New York, I felt like had a really supersized cast.
Yeah, they always keep it at like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we can't do 8, but I
Yeah.
know at times they have done 8.
Yeah.
Because
but
honestly, if we're being 100,
It is a
8
lot
would
of
be like
stories.
that's a lot of story. And I want to get all my stuff out.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of my stuff got chopped.
Yeah.
I did a lot of philanthropic things this season that didn't get shown, and I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so because it's not enough time, you gotta
Right.
edit it down to this amount of time. So if you do 8, it's like y'all taking away from my time.
Yeah, this
No,
is true.
thank you.
Yeah. And that's the thing with like an ensemble cast. Like The
Yeah.
Valley, it's such a huge cast.
Yes.
That's true.
And so it is hard to tell all of those stories in 42 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Do you think there's ever a world where Kim Zolciak returns to the show?
Yes,
Would she receive a warm welcome?
for me, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
She sent me her car wash guy. The guy that
Okay.
washes. He comes to my house every Tuesday and wash my cars. And,
Yeah.
And I only use him because Kim gave him the stamp of approval. She's like, he's good, he's trustworthy, and he's been amazing. So yeah,
Yeah.
Kim.
So
for
have you been
sure.
keeping up like with her and Croy and the whole divorce, like as it's been going on? Like has anyone,
Uh,
I mean, I just feel like we just see TMZ videos like dropping all this on body cam footage. We're like, what is happening over at that mansion?
And I hate that because now you have Ariana who's on
Gen
Next Gen,
Yeah,
and
Next
NYC,
Gen.
yeah.
Yeah. So just watching all that play out on TV is unfortunate, but that's what happens when you're on this platform and your whole family is super successful on the
Yeah.
platform.
Right.
Everybody has a say, everyone's judging, and they have an opinion.
Yeah.
And these are the moments where I wish that we could turn it off because it's like, at the end of the day, Ariana's a grown woman, but she's also a kid.
Right.
Right. And when we watched her grow up.
Mhm.
And so I hate that she's been made to feel how she's felt and deal with some of these heavy topics.
Yeah.
But it was so nice to see when her and Riley got together in New York and they both called their moms,
Oh.
and both their moms were like, I don't care what happened between us. Like, I want you
It's
guys
for you.
yeah.
together.
And that is good parenting
Mhm.
because
Totally.
it should be that way.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be about what the moms think, which is
Yeah.
why even down to me and Portia's moms, I just choose to stay out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's not my place. That's between the moms. You and I have a friendship.
Mhm.
It's about us.
Yeah. Speaking of Porsha, do you think there were moments where you protected Porsha more than she protected you?
We've moved past it. I'm sure if you watch the show, you will see there was a lot of hurt, a lot of tears. I probably cried about 5 gallons of
Oof.
spring water. Like,
Yeah.
But I'm happy with the space that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on from Porsha and on to Drew because we have to
Please.
acknowledge, I know we said it a little bit in the game, but she called you a lapdog all season and we
Mhm.
see that obviously made you upset. Has she apologized or taken back that statement?
No, I mean, she didn't apologize for calling me a lapdog, but I think we're in a good place. We're actually talking about possibly doing some shows together.
Oh, that would be
okay.
fun.
Yeah.
Do you think it was fair that she was like basically on a deserted island at the end of the reunion? She was last shared. I feel like
I think that that's what you create. You know, we are grown women. You know, you can build a relationship or not.
Yeah.
And I think she felt to do that. But you know, hopefully moving forward, we can all be on one accord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think everyone found the closure they were seeking at the reunion, even though Brit and Kenya obviously weren't there?
I hope so. I feel like the ladies that were there, we all found a place of just resolve and we were vulnerable and honest and open with each other. And I think we did.
Tears were shed.
Tears were shed, but I don't want to get too much into it because I really want you guys to see it.
Oh, I'm going.
I want you guys
fully
to
hooked
understand
now.
because you know we do take you back from episode 1 all the way through to reunion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And a lot of tears are shed, a lot of points are made, receipts are produced, and lack thereof receipts. But it's a good ass reunion.
Yeah.
I love a receipt.
Yeah. See,
I love a
haven't-
receipt book.
Oh my God, right? I haven't watched Atlanta in years. It takes someone joining the cast to make me like want to watch the show again. And the second I saw you were joining and then we met, I'm like, okay, now I've added it now to my roster of
Thank
shows that I
you.
watch. And that's
Thank
because
you.
of you.
And this season is so good.
It
It's like I
really
know people are
is.
giving it crap, and I know I talk a lot about Brit on my show, but like because I
It's
just
okay.
can't. But
Okay. You gotta do what you gotta do, right,
can't.
Kiki?
But it is such a good season.
really
And like
is.
again, when you see the moments like in Grenada, it's like this is why. Like and like I see those like even when Porsha threw out like does she have Tourette's? It's like these are why I love these women.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great part about having such a new, young, fresh cast because we don't really know the games yet.
hmm
I've been a friend on the show, and people are like, "Oh, you know, Shamea, you know better." I'm like, "Well, I've half the time I wasn't mic'd, and I was
Yeah.
just there as a supporting friend, like a supportive friend in a supportive role, not even thinking about my own drama. No one knew about my family, my success, my career. Like, no one knew anything about me aside from me being Candy or Portia's friend.
Yeah.
So me being on my own, it was like, you know, coming in with new girls, it was like they don't know either. They're
Yeah.
just as blind as me.
Yeah.
You know, my first cast trip was Miami, and I didn't know that we would be like in 5 outfits in one day because I'm packing up like I'm going to Miami
Yeah.
to hang out for real. All right, I got my pajamas, I got
Yeah.
a daytime fit and a nighttime fit. And then with these girls, it's like, oh no, darling, you have your pajamas, breakfast outfit, lunch outfit, dinner outfit, club
Oh, my
outfit, then a
God.
wind down outfit. So it's like, well, damn, I need about 7 suitcases.
Right?
I'd never survive it. But you're saying I can't wear leggings every day?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I could ever be a housewife.
I think you could.
It's a lot. I feel
Girl,
like.
you're already a housewife.
That is true.
Without
That is
the
a fact.
title. Like I've seen you and your husband, and you're adorable, and you would actually be amazing TV on this show, on Housewives.
What city would you put
Come
me
to
in?
Atlanta.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. I think you can handle it.
Okay. I will say, so Porsha was one of the first people I met in the Bravo world.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea who anyone was, what any show on Bravo was. I'm at my first upfronts, and I remember meeting her, and I was just like, oh my God. I mean, stunning, obviously,
Yes.
but so nice. And then I filmed a
Aw.
Summer by Bravo with Candy, which I recently, after I met Riley, I sent it to her. I found it on YouTube. I was like, this was a moment I had with your mom. And she was so nice to me when
Aw.
Jax and Stassi on my show were not being kind to me. I felt so awkward at this huge shoot with all these housewives and Jax and Stassi and like the $1 million listing guys and whatnot. But Candy was so kind, and Heather
that's
Dubrow.
Candy.
And so I've just like, after meeting them, I was like, okay,
Oh,
well, now I got to watch the
wow.
show. But then, you know, it's like if they leave the show, then you kind of
Then
fall
you're like,
off.
okay, I
but
don't care. Yeah.
Now you're on it. So now I'm watching it.
Thank you, Scheana.
Yes. I also watched Watch What Happens Live this week. You were, or well, I guess it was last week, but you were the word of the night. Did you
I
see that?
was?
Yeah, they said it 12 times.
Okay.
You were a hot topic. So people who were playing the drinking game got drunk.
Good. Good for them.
But one thing that was said, so I don't know if you've seen it online. They had asked Drew to name 3 reasons why she's a better singer than you. And she pointed out that she has an almost gold album.
Okay.
Any response back there?
I think that's kind of funny. And congratulations to Drew for having an almost. But Brandy said it best. Almost doesn't count. And I will say, with my song, my one song, Never Had, if you combine all of the streams of her song, she still does not add up to my one song, the streams, okay? And the numbers don't lie. You can go to any of the places that you listen to music, any of your digital streaming platforms, and you'll see how many streams I've gotten and how many streams she's gotten. No shade, but it is what it is, sis. If you're going to pop your, make sure you have the receipts because the numbers don't lie.
Now, she also said that she looked for that podcast that you and Ralph did together and that she said she couldn't find it anywhere.
Oh, no. That's Drew knew about that podcast.
Okay.
Actually, that was a Todd Tucker production.
Okay.
And it's about maybe 8 years old now.
Okay.
But if she's looking for the podcast that her husband did on his own, well, then that would be, up to them. I didn't do that.
Okay.
I simply gave him some advice on his new podcast.
Okay.
And didn't even charge him a consultant fee.
Oh.
But it's okay because that's what we do, right? We want to help people to level up.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that let me not talk my trash because everybody's good after reunion. But ultimately, we did do a podcast. It was the Real Husbands of Atlanta. I'm sure it's on YouTube and probably, Candy and Todd's channels. If she wanted to see it, she could find it.
Okay. We'll try to look for it.
Okay. Well, on Scheananigans every week, we give a Jack's Hole, and that's kind of from Andy Cohen's, Jack Hole. So, do we give it to Drew this week?
Maybe.
No, it's an almost gold. And look, I love Drew. I've met her at BravoCon. I follow her. I think she's fabulous. But I just don't really like the comparing. And I get it. She was prompted
she just
to do
performed
it
this weekend at BET. And did you guys see the performance?
I didn't.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Well, the track is playing. The mic didn't have to really even be on because, we just listened to the track. So, you coming from me, sis, but let me hear them vocals.
I think Shamea just gave us your
Yep,
Jack's
the Jack's Hole of the week.
Yeah, that was thank you for the inspiration behind the Jack's Hole because I was leading, you guys led me right to it.
There we go. Well, thank you guys all for listening. Thank you, Shamea, for joining us in the studio here in LA. It's always better to do in person. So I love this.
And
let
me tell you, I'll come back when my album is platinum.
Yes.
Not almost, though. Not almost, right?
Oh.
We don't do
Let's
almost.
do it.
No.
It is,
Yeah.
boots on the ground.
Hell yeah. You guys can watch all new episodes of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Sundays on Bravo, Mondays on Peacock. And if you haven't already, please pre-order my book, My Good Side. Head to mygoodsidebook.com and reserve your copy today. And if you're not following Kiki at The Talk of Shame, Reality Checked, thank you.
Thank
so
you,
much.
ladies.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. I'm going home now. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
For this